We took a flight from Bari to Tirana, Albania. The flight was about 50 minutes on Wizz Airlines. Arriving, coffee with our friends, Jim and Karen.
We were there for 10 days. During that time, we got some rain a few days. We visited a lot of the places a couple of times, and so you'll see weather differences in our video. Our first stop is the Tirana Pyramid.
So we're in an area where they have these buildings that are like off kilter. And you get people that ride their bicycles, their scooters, their motorcycles on the pedestrian walkway area. I'm not sure why. This is called the Pyramid Building. It's basically a mall underneath. It doesn't look like it's open yet. I don't know. Maybe it is. I'm not sure. So
it's 120 steps to the top.
Yes, we know because we walked it up there. 120 steps. It might not seem like a lot. I tell you what, it felt like about 500 though. Here's another building that's off kilt. All right, so this is at the top of 120 steps that you have to climb in Tirana, Albania. Look at these buildings though, how modern a lot of them are.
It's a pyramid in Albania.
That one across from me?
No, what we're on.
What we're on is the pyramid, right. I had to stop a few times with 120 steps, let me tell you. There's a mosque, and Jim and Karen say that they do a prayer call thing a couple of times a day. It's a beautiful building. Yeah, there's no getting out of your way when you're doing a video, I noticed, in some countries visiting here. They just walk right in front of you, no matter what. Look at this building. Can you see that? Very cool.
Vogliamo metterci i soldi sul conto postale?
This one, I'll focus it on this one.
Sì.
A lot of skyscrapers, a lot of new buildings going up here in Tirana, Albania. If anybody's thinking about moving here. Very modern. Very modern buildings for sure. Look at this one. It's like it's off to one side, off to the other.
Come on in.
Tirana is quite young by European standards. It was officially founded in 1614. However, the area had been inhabited since ancient times, with Roman and Byzantine influences evident in the nearby archaeological sites. Tirana was declared the capital of Albania in 1920, largely because of its central location and potential for development, not because it was an established political hub. In the 18th and 19th centuries, Tirana experienced some growth, beginning a trade hub between the sea and the interior. During World War II, Tirana was occupied first by the Fascist Italy from 1939 to 1943, and then by the Nazi Germany from 1943 to 1944. The Italian-style buildings still stand in parts of the city, a legacy of Mussolini's ambition to turn Tirana into a model fascist city. After the war, Enver Hoxha's communist regime from 1944 to 1985 turned Tirana into a gray Stalinist capital with strict regulations and isolationist policies. Monuments to Lenin, Stalin, and Hoxha dominated the cityscape.
In the 1990s, after the fall of communism, Tirana experienced rapid change and chaos. One of the most unusual transformations came in the early 2000s under then Mayor Edi Rama, now Prime Minister, who launched a campaign to repaint the city's drab Soviet-era buildings in bright, abstract colors. This color revolution helped boost civil pride and symbolized a break from Albania's oppressive past. Tirana's modernization continues under the rule of King Zog, with new residential areas, factories, infrastructure projects being developed.
It's now an interesting combination of modern architecture and Russian brutalist architecture from the 1950s and 60s.
Walking around brought back a lot of memories from a trip that I had years ago to Russia. Just the buildings had that same look, that same kind of cold, drab, communist to it.
We're in Scanderberg Square at night right now. I always thought that the streets were pretty colorful, as was the square. A little later in the video, we'll be back during the daytime.
Walking through the streets of Tirana, the capital of Albania, is like stepping into a living tapestry of history, energy, and bold reinvention. The first thing you'll notice is color, buildings splashed with bright pinks, yellows, and blues, remnants of a post-communist urban art initiative that sought to breathe life into the city's gray socialist blocks. Murals stretch across facades, quirky and political, playful and profound. The Pyramid of Tirana, originally built as a museum dedicated to the communist dictator Enver Hoxha, has been dramatically transformed into a new kind of cultural hub. Reusing the concrete structure, the pyramid is now an open sculpture in a new park. The park and the sculpture are home to an ensemble of colorful boxes scattered in and around the original building that houses cafes, studios, workshops, startup offices, incubators, festivals, and classrooms where Albanian youths will learn various technical subjects for free. Steps have been added to the building's sloping facade, allowing the people of Albania to literally walk all over the showpiece of the former dictator. One of the city's most bizarre and iconic landmarks is the Pyramid of Tirana, built in 1988 as a museum, dedicated to Enver Hoxha. After his death, after the fall of communism, it fell into disuse and decay, but has become a powerful symbol of Albania's turbulent past and is now being repurposed into a technology and cultural center.
Here we are back in Scanderberg Square during the daytime, and it was nice. We actually had a good day, no rain.
Hey, this is a video from Tirana, Albania. Hey. Recognize Jim and Karen from our videos? All right, so we're walking through this park area to where the clock tower is. And kind of gravelly, kind of muddy. But they have it blocked off where you can't go the shortcut. So we have to go this way to get to it. So we are. And it's right here. Okay, we're gonna put the name of this little square. I think it's called Skanderberg. I don't know. I remember Jim telling me the name of it. Something like that. But we'll link the name of it down there to you. The correct spelling. And I want to get over here where it says I love tea rather than Tirana, because I guess it's such a long name, they just abbreviate it. We were over here last night, but my camera lights wouldn't work very well on my camera. So we thought we would just come back today and do a picture of it. But all these tiles, I understand, are from different parts in Albania. So, and if I'm wrong, somebody can correct me. But that was my understanding of these tiles that are laid out here. Again, another new building, bright yellow. Now this thing looks like it's got a face to it. My friend Jim told me that it lights up at night, but we were here last night and it didn't light up at all. I'll show it to you in just a second. See that building right there? It almost looks like eyes and a nose, but it didn't light up. It's pretty modern too, for sure. So then there's some restaurants through here, but I'm gonna go ahead and get a picture of this. I'll put it in the video and then I'll get a snapshot of it. So this is a museum that we can't go into right now. Where's the Opera House? Oh, the Opera House is over here. And then that's that building that's supposed to look like a face, but it does not light up at night. So I just want to tell you, Jim, doesn't light up at night. We were out here last night. Didn't happen. And these in here are drinking faucets, or where you can wash your hands. It's got a kid's little bouncy thing right there.
Here we are at the entrance of Bunk'Art II, located in Scanderberg Square in the heart of Tirana. Bunk'Art II stands as a testament to Albania's dark and mysterious past under the communist regime. The museum, housed a large underground bunker, has drawn visitors from all over the world, from Europe to America and as far away as China. But what makes Bunk'Art II so special, and why is it such an important destination for tourists? Bunk'Art II is more than a museum. It's a window into an important and often dark period of Albanian history. For visitors from all over the world, it's a unique opportunity to learn about a small country with a rich and complex history. For Albanians, it is a powerful reminder of the past and a lesson for the future. It is one of 750,000 bunkers built in Albania, scattered throughout Tirana and Albania as a whole. The bunkers are built during the rule of Enver Hoxha. Part of the massive defensive paranoia, some have been turned into museums like Bunk'Art, which offers a chilling yet fascinating look at the life under a dictatorship. This piece of artwork was called The Cloud. I thought it was the world's largest jungle gym, but the security officers assured me it wasn't as they were escorting me from the premises. We came across this fairly interesting street art. Let us know what you think.
This is an Orthodox church that we were told by Jim and Karen to go inside of, so we're going to do that.
This is the Namaska Mosque. Construction completed in 2023, although planning began much earlier in 2010. It has a capacity of 5,000 worshippers, making it the largest mosque in the Balkans. Albania was under the Ottoman rule for over 400 years, during which Islam became a major religion. In 1967, under Enver Hoxha's communist regime, Albania declared itself the world's first atheist country. All mosques, churches, and religious institutions were closed or repurposed, and many were destroyed. After the fall of communism in the early 1990s, religious freedom was restored, but the Muslim community lacked a large central mosque in Tirana.
You have to go in barefoot. Shoes are not allowed. Oh, a scarf. Sorry. I gotta get a scarf. Wow, this is beautiful. I had to get a scarf on. Oh my gosh. This is stunning. I didn't know that we could come into a mosque. Okay, so we're walking into the mosque. I didn't know that anybody could come in here. I was told I needed a scarf. So I have one on my head. Wow, this is stunning. So for you that have never seen a mosque before, this is beautiful.
Despite Muslims being the largest religious group in Albania, no major mosque was allowed to be built in central Tirana during the communism or immediately after. Muslims had often had to pray in the streets during major religious events due to lack of space. It was designed in a classical Ottoman style inspired by mosques like the Blue Mosque in Istanbul, Turkey. It features a massive central dome, 4 minarets, intricate tile work, and Islamic calligraphy. The complex includes a library, conference halls, and educational facilities, making it not just a place of worship, but also a center for cultural and community life. This is the outside inner court of the mosque. For many Albanian Muslims, the Namaska Mosque is a symbol of religious revival and identity after decades of repression. Its construction also reflects Turkey's power and influence in the Balkans. We noticed a lot of Muslim influence in society. The women were more conservatively dressed, and you really didn't see any public displays of affection.
Oh, wait a second. Is this Cinderella's? Did she leave her carriage here? Uh-oh. This right here is called the Friendship Monument. Okay, you've got your electric cars here charging. Yesterday, that taxi driver said that it'll cost you a couple of lek to take a picture of the electric cars. Remember that, Mark?
Yeah.
Here we stumbled into a bakery. Look at these cakes. Aren't they beautiful? Anyhow, a lot of tempting things in there, but I'm sure that the bakery was nice enough to take all the calories out before baking it.
Yeah, and it seemed to me there was quite a few bakeries in Tirana too.
Yeah, there was.
This one was pretty big and had a lot of different choices. I mean, it seemed like there were hundreds of choices that you could have.
Yep, that's a red velvet cake right there. Then they had some, where I'm going next is some baklava. Different ones that I've never seen. As it goes down, there's baklava that I'm familiar with, which is usually Greek. But yeah, so many tempting, delicious treats in there for sure. But did we buy any?
I don't believe we did.
We didn't.
Our willpower held out, amazingly enough.
It did.
Paulette's pointing out
The baklava.
the baklava there. But yeah, this bakery was amazing. It had literally hundreds of different things.
Yep, for sure. And probably thousands and thousands of calories.
Yeah, if not millions.
My final thoughts about Albania is it was actually never on my bucket list. It was just that it was close from Italy and we wanted to visit our good friends, so that's why we stopped there. Mark and I spent 10 days there. Our hotel, I think, was in the $30 range a night, so $300 for 10 days. I probably would not go back. I think that you could do Albania probably in 4 days, at least Tirana, Albania, where we were in the capital. What's your thought, babe?
Yeah, I don't know that I would need to go back either. For me, it was kind of a sobering experience, just experiencing, the history of communism and war and all of that other stuff. I found it interesting, but I honestly don't think I would need to go back again.
Our last night in Tirana, Albania, we were given a wonderful farewell by the city.